Well, I am a little behind the news created by the industrialist to transfer to me. So, because I am behind it, I just find out that Mr. Rush Limbaugh passed away. My condolences to the family of Rush Limbaugh and the millions and millions upon millions. I think he has like 23 million viewers every single day. Truly, my condolences. To me, Rush Limbaugh is one of the most amazing humans ever walked this planet. The man figured out how to get to your senses, especially your ears, how via sound he can condition you. The man was an expert, and I respect the man very much. I think the man, I mean, is just a genius, a communicator genius. I mean, I wish I can be something like a quarter of his knowledge. I mean, I wish I can have his knowledge, his how can I say, his skills in communicating. Sad the man passed away. I believe this man by himself since 1980s that I remember that he came on the radio in California, and I used to travel through California, and I used to listen to him, and I used to listen to the station 740 on the dial in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, and him and a few more talk hosts, call my attention, to how politics work, how people get conditioned through the radio. And I was living at a place where it was moving very fast in communicating during the 80s, and I remember Mr. Ted Turner. I remember him starting CNN and so on. So I was living that time, and I was working and living on the place where it was created in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia. CNN and the cable, the paid television, what we call it. So I knew it was something new. And Rush Limbaugh was the man who really pushed this idea of captive people on sound forward. And my condolences again. I really feel very sad the man retired. At the same time, this guy was the most divisionist. This guy by himself divided the United States of America, completely destroyed our identity. And he was the man who told me to pay attention. And how he did that, he made a mistake. And he made very few mistakes to take people away from the reality that he was creating. And it went like this. He was speaking about Italians and the Europeans, the Communist Party in Europe, and where they were going, and the European Union, and la, because he goes up there and do what he was calling a monologue, and he used code word, and that was the first time that I ever noticed that I was being coded. The code was sent to me, to my ears. And he wake me up. He wake me up by just saying, the Romans are not Romans. And that is how critical is when you utilize sound to other humans. One little sentence will destroy all the work that you have done. And that destroy his work that he was doing onto my head. I too was conditioned. So I stopped and thought about it. Why he's saying that the Romans are not Romans where they really are Romans. I wonder what he is, what Rush Limbaugh was. So I started analyzing and started researching my own self, the name of Limbaugh. And it went all the way around where the guy was just a peasant. His family was just a peasant from Bavaria, someplace over there. And then I realized, hey, wait a minute, these people were actually led by my grandfather during the tercios for 150 years. And they were part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. These people are here telling me now that they are white. And the reality is they are basically more Spaniards than I am. And then I start putting things together, and then I realized that this guy was just a sales rep. The man was selling you division. The man continuously assigned people's identity. They call him white. They call him conservative. That was his favorite word. Conservative, and he keep driving that. You are a conservative. Where in the reality he was taking drugs. So it was a utilization of sound to unite all these people that he called evangelicals, and divisions where he utilizes national origin and so on, where to make himself feel strong and to make the audience, the people who are listening, like him, like he was, and a peasant immigrant that came to the United States of America, and now he utilizes his knowledge, his gift that he had, to make himself better, to make himself wealthy, and he became a very wealthy man. And the country became a very divided country. So I can say this, I admire people like Rush Limbaugh, and I think people like Rush Limbaugh are the enemy of the world, the United States of America in particular. And to drive this, what I'm saying, to home, Mr. President Trump give him the Medal of Freedom, the greatest civilian award that you can give a person. So Mr. Trump, he was not convicted. He was not impeached for sending people conditioned by Rush Limbaugh to be white into the capital of the United States of America. And Mr. Trump was not convicted because who really sent those people into the capital was Rush Limbaugh, with his divisionist and his craziness of that you are an American and that you are a great American. And you have people like Sean Hannity and all these other talk hosts. They are on the captive radio or repeated radio, what I call it, sending people into the capital by removing their United States of America nationality and assigning to them a new identity, a new nationality. Sounds like white. Sounds like nationalist, white nationalist, American. And all these politicians will ride on people like Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh, his job was to condition you to be a Republican, to condition you to be a conservative, to condition you to be a color, to condition you to be something that you are not, an American, to condition you to follow to follow a sound, and that is the beauty of Rush Limbaugh. I wish I can dominate the language like he was, like he had. He has a hell of a vocabulary and a strategy to go about it, and he can pick up like a section of CNN in the morning and turn it into a racial deal. But remember, they always make a mistake when they go against someone that has knowledge, they have education. Like in my case, as the moment that he say that the Romans were not Romans, the Romans of today were not Romans of yesterday, that was it. It wake me up. So wake yourself up, find that little mistake that all these politicians and all these talk shows made, and you will realize that it is just acting. It's not reality. They creating the reality. Your reality. They creating it in your head. But when you go and examine what is really happening, like for example, they've been saying to you that you are a Hispanic, and then a Latin, and that you are white, and that you are black, and that you are brown, and so on. And now new talk show hosts coming up in line. Now they're calling you, I just learned this from a friend, they're calling you Latinx, Black Latinx, or some crazy thing. So it's continuing, someone is continuing the work that Mr. Rush Limbaugh started. Remember, previous to Rush Limbaugh, this did not exist, this idea of utilizing sound and communication companies and information companies, they really are no giving you news. They are giving you a condition, a reflex. They are conditioning you reflex and getting paid for it. Did not exist. So Rush Limbaugh by himself created an industry, a political industry, to condition humans while he was making money for it by dividing the United States of America, by dividing us completely. So go and find the name of Limbaugh, where he's come from, and now where his family, what is it they doing right now. And if you see they going out there and write books about the same, to divide you, to call you colors and stuff, and to promote one section of the population and condition them to be English. Remember, Rush Limbaugh was not English. Rush Limbaugh was a subject of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Spaniards. So now he moved all the way out here, and now he speaks English, and he's white, and you are Hispanico. And guess what? If you are a Roman, you're not. You need to be English because you are in the United States of America. So that is why we have Joe Alpaido in Maricopa County telling me on a gun show that he's a national of Italy because Rush Limbaugh conditioned him. Well, let me stop my rant for today. And remember, let's create the 51st State of the Union where all these possessions of the United States of America and their population have representation in this beautiful land of ours, this beautiful federation of ours, the United States of America. And Rush Limbaugh, I will see you someplace around someday, and we're going to sit someplace, and we're gonna have a conversation about the Romans, and we're gonna have a conversation about yourself. You were a subject of my grandfather. Saludos.